Let's see if I can bring it up.
Hey, we are live, Keith.
Always a struggle. Always a struggle.
For the first time in
Well, this year.
first time this year. You're right. Let's see if I can find it. As folks are jumping on.
And of course, I always ask for a what do you call that? A reminder. You never get the reminder.
And you never get the reminder, do you?
No.
Ooh, I see us. All right, good. There we are. Let's share to a page. I'll share that to. Where shall I share that to? No. Let's share it to that one.
Nothing yet.
All right. I see one viewer, and I'm pretty sure that's me. All right. Let's share again. I'm going to share to.
Wow, this is like really.
I'm going to share to All Things Delco.
Oh, it's on here.
All right. I see two people on it. I think that might be you and me.
It's amazing how yeah, I don't see anybody coming up on it.
You're fine. Shared about Mill too. Why not? Hey, Keith, how's it going?
I figure I'd see if it's working. Hey, I am on.
All right.
Anyway, let's start the show.
Yeah, we have three folks on at this point. Let me just make sure we have one thing I forgot to check here is make sure we have some volume. Yeah, we're good.
Drums are working.
All right, let's get going, Brother Keith.
Good. How are you? I had my drums out to the tuner this week, and
and they do sound really good.
Apparently, you can tune a fish, but you can't tune a miniature drum set. Oh,
you've been saving that one, right?
I've been saving it. It's been back. What's going on, Joel? You know, I've had exactly. Hey, Brad's on. See, somebody's watching.
Hey, morning, Brad. I'm impressed. Brad's home. He's allowed to.
Yeah, really.
Saturday morning.
I thought they'd make him stay around at the depot until it gets partly cloudy. Poor Brad has had a rough week or so.
Yeah, not a fun week.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
I got my coffee, Keith. You got your
I
coffee?
got my coffee. Yeah, let's do a show. I got my coffee and in the new my Christmas present, the Chestertown Dickens.
That is a very nice mug. I was going to use that today.
It's got some weight to it. I like it. I like it a lot. It holds a nice cup of coffee. Hey, there's Sister Linda. All righty, let's do a show, Joel. I got my coffee. You got your coffee.
Certainly do.
Back in 1 minute.
All right. Here we go, folks.
From the Somerset Studios in Westchester, Pennsylvania, it's Smackin' Jack Live with your co-hosts Keith and Joel Lenderman.
I like the way that kind of just faded off.
It's the avant-garde fade out. Everything's got to go contemporary nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
So, Keith, it's been,
yes,
again, it's been over a month. So this is kind of like our New Year's show, our Christmas show. What other show can we put into this?
Did we do a show after I had COVID?
We did. That was the last one we did in December 5th, I think it was. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a reason why we've been on a hiatus because let's see, the following week after December, that was Caroline's birthday party. We had some things going on. The following week, I had rehearsal. It was the week before church. Week before Christmas. The following Saturday was Christmas. The following Saturday after that was New Year's Day. Things are just got a little bit interesting. So that's why we have been away for a bit. I would like to say that things are back to normal, although they're kind of going back to the unnormal again. Yeah. And things are still busy, meaning that let's say this, we're still kind of doing the normal things where maybe at this point we should maybe not be doing all the normal things, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. Yes.
Because of the resurgence is back in town, etc. Hey,
Jim's on. How are you, Jim? Daniel's on. How's it going? You got it a little nice crowd.
See who else we got on here.
I don't know why. Lately, it's because I haven't had a haircut, and I'm not going to show you the top of my head because nothing's grown. But I haven't had a haircut.
Certainly out this way.
Yes, it is. And that actually, when I have a hat, it actually, you know how like all the old guys wear caps all the time. Now I'm an old guy. Let me ask you a question, Joel. I was going to get my hair cut, and my stylist didn't say she wasn't vaccinated. She has HIPAA. So
she has HIPAA?
HIPAA. Now, it took me a minute. I'm thinking, well, she doesn't look like she's limping. Is that a condition? Or I don't know if you know, sometime back, and I haven't heard anything about it lately, but, HIPAA, you sign those HIPAA things when you go into the doctors. Mm-hmm. Has something to do with they can exchange your medical.
It's like privacy stuff and all that. Yeah.
Right. Privacy stuff between doctors, and it won't go any farther than that. Well, apparently, my hairstylist is a doctor because she has HIPAA, and I said, is that a condition or what? It took me a second. I knew what she was talking about. It's like, well, that's not exactly what that means. So basically, when I said, "Are you vaccinated?" she said no, but she didn't want to say no because takes all her medications, takes vitamins and all that kind of stuff. So my question to you is, Joel, I've had COVID.
Yes, you have.
Would you go to somebody in that close contact and have service done knowing that the person is not vaccinated? And that goes out to everybody.
Yeah, let us know what you think about that, folks. I would second guess that.
Right now, let me just put this caveat on top. I'm a tough customer. I'm not just like a regular hairer. This takes a long time.
You're in there for the long haul.
Because my hair has to put that number 3 clip on the end of that thing, and go for, so that it's not an easy task, and I appreciate whoever's going to work on my hair, but
you might be searching maybe for a new hairstylist.
Well, yeah, or the girls didn't scream at Christmas time, so I'm going to see what it's like at the girls, my nieces, your daughters. They said I look like, who do they say I look like? Bill Murray.
Oh, Bill Murray. Okay.
Yeah. So when they say I look like the guy from Back to the Future, maybe I'll do something about it, but maybe I'll just, I won't do anything. I'm very uncomfortable. Yeah, that's what Daniel said. Absolutely. Yeah, I've got a couple of no's already. So what would you do, Joel?
It's if I knew, I'd probably say no. Let me find somebody else. Only because I am actually boosted too, as you know. It's I don't know. It's not worth the chance. Maybe catching it. Not necessarily getting it myself, maybe spreading it with my family, spreading it at school, spreading it at church, anywhere. Yeah. So I guess as much as we can do to kind of limit that at this point. Now, were you both wearing masks?
I haven't gone. The last time.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, my hair. That's what I
said.
Yeah,
right. Okay. So what'd you do? Call? Did you talk to her?
When I got it cut, it was probably 6 months ago, before this last resurgency of the virus. And
okay.
I said something. I'm sure you're vaccinated, and she just said I have HIPAA. So, and that's
okay. Interesting.
I have HIPAA. So anyway, yeah. So I know that
got it.
I saw her, and she probably doesn't watch a show. She doesn't get framing done either. So
Just
I like people who support me. I like to support them. The whole kind
of course, yeah. You like to support
Eddie, who
back and forth. Yeah. Okay.
When I was sick, I was down for about a good 3 weeks.
Yes.
And I wasn't deathly, but I felt horrible for 3 weeks. And I saw her outside once. I said, "Get vaccinated." She's like, "What?" I was like, "Well, I got COVID, And I could see the wheels running in some people's minds. Say, "Well, you're vaccinated. You got COVID anyway. Why do I need to get vaccinated?"
Right.
I'm alive. I think I might not.
You're alive.
Now your girls, Sophia had it, and she's 17. She's not 57.
Yeah. So let me
and
let's talk about that for a minute because that's kind of part of what our topic is, and a good segue into it, Keith.
Actually, that was all our topic, and I took up half the show.
So it's been. I wanted to write down the timeline. It wasn't last week. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess it's been like last Wednesday or Thursday. So Sophia tested positive, and so we're like, oh my gosh, because she got the sore throat. We're not sure where she got this. I mean, she didn't see any of her friends over the break because we went to Pittsburgh, and she discovered that her friends had gotten together and they ended up getting COVID. Well, she was with us. We were all away.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen any of them for a while. And so she didn't see any of her friends over break. And somehow she got it.
Yeah.
Sore throat and kind of that swollen soreness. And when I looked at it, I was like, wow, that really looks like strep throat. So, I'm trying to get in touch with the doctor. They called back, left a message.
Let me just jump in there.
Yeah.
But since you don't have HIPAA, you weren't 100% sure what it was, but you took your fatherly. You only took it to the initial diagnosis.
Exactly right.
You didn't say strep. It's strep. Stay home don't do anything. And
right.
Okay.
Right. Well, the reason why I said I thought it was strep because I've had strep. It seems like a couple times over the last 20 years, and it's that really swollen. And when you talk, it has that, and that's exactly what she sounded like. I was like, man. So anyway, she then followed up with another test. She first tested negative, and then she did another one like a day or two later, and it came back positive. So we're like, okay, so you stay home. Yeah. And then, of course, fortunately, the next day we had a snow day, and then we had the weekend, so we're all home.
Yeah.
So I had to get a test. Of course, I had church the next day because I want to make sure that I was okay. Right. And it came back negative. We were all feeling good. And I have to be honest, knock on wood, Sophia's back in school. None of us have gotten anything. And I'm like, how did we skirt around that?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Now, let me ask you, how did you keep her in a room? I mean, she was free to roam the house. I mean, how do you,
the thing about Sophia is that she typically hangs out in her room. Anyway, right? And when she came down and when we were around, she would put her mask on. She would typically go into this room. This is the living room here, where the fireplace is. And then we would stay over there. And then she'd migrate back up to her bedroom. So it wasn't too hard. It's a lot different than if it had happened 10 years ago, when the girls were tiny,
right.
And those, I know that a lot of the families with younger children, that's what happens. But anyway, so Sophia stayed, she pretty much should stay away. She could actually make her own meals and this, that, and the other thing. But what I did was I kept the furnace air circulator going. Just making sure we keep it moving. And again, at Christmas time, I told you I bought the best furnace filter I could buy. It was like $25 for it. Supposedly it's filtering out, viruses and all that stuff. I don't know how well it does, but at least the air is moving. We kept some of the windows cracked a little bit when we could, although when it gets cold, it's hard to keep them cracked. But, you keep the windows cracked a little bit for some of the day to get the fresh air in. We kept the bathroom fan upstairs moving on for 3 days. It's a small fan in the bathroom, but it does draw air out of the house and then keeps air moving into the house.
Yeah.
So, I thought as much as we could keep the air moving, she's isolating herself. We're staying away from each other. Let's see what happens. So I tested before church last week, and I tested before going back to school, and both of them came back negative. And so far, so good. So, Sophia's back in school. And then I think the other thing, Keith, the biggest factor that went into, at this point, none of us getting COVID from that little situation is luck. I mean,
Yes.
We were just lucky that the rest of us didn't catch it.
Right. Now, do you know what variant she got? Mine was before the Omicron, so it was Delta.
Yeah. But we have no idea.
They don't tell you.
We assume. Well, she didn't even go to a doctor. We never got to a doctor. It was just one of the home tests that.
Oh, you didn't go to the urgent care place, or
we didn't go anywhere. She ended up taking the home care test, and it came back positive. Now, I will say those tests. So we don't know. I assume it was Omicron.
Yeah.
But it was COVID nonetheless, and it wasn't too bad. Sore throat. She had kind of a heavy cough for a couple days. But it went away. She was able to do her schoolwork at home. So I guess it was mild.
Yeah.
But so those
now,
rapid tests.
Did she have both of her vaccinations, or?
Yes, both girls are. Both girls are fully vaccinated.
Okay.
Neither one have the booster yet. Sophia was scheduled to get her booster last week, and of course we had to cancel that.
Right.
So now we have to reschedule that. But so the at-home tests, they seem to be pretty, like if they come back positive, then you're positive.
Right.
If they come back negative, there's still that up in the air type thing,
Yeah.
But if it comes back positive, then you're definitely positive, especially if you have the symptoms.
Right. Well, that's when I went to a urgent care, and they gave you that quick test. And since I had a cold or symptoms of a cold, they said do I forget what that longer one's called. But they sent it in. Yeah. It takes a couple of days. And that the first one came back negative. The quick, and they suggested doing the more accurate one, and came back positive. So.
And you felt it too, right?
Yes, yeah, and that was similar to I remember my throat was killing me. When you're sick, your nose is super sensitive, almost like you have nothing. It's been scraped out, and it's just going in and up burning.
And I'll come back around to that in a minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just so I had laying in bed with this sheets over my, try not to suffocate myself, but rebreathing warm air in because it hurts so bad. And that was a couple of days, and then after that, I just felt like crap for really.
Well, here's an interesting side note. Since you just mentioned that, last week, I started getting some sinus infection symptoms. Ugh. The side of my nose here, and then my gland was swollen down here. So of course I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm looking things up. Now this was a week before Sophia.
Okay.
So I'm like, and nowhere, most on whatever medical websites, they said that the swollen gland is very rare. Like only a few cases of the swollen gland in here. So I'm thinking, oh gosh. So what I did was I couldn't get a doctor appointment, but I have, with our insurance, we have Swift MD, which means I can online set up a doctor appointment, and then the doctor gave me a call. So that's what I did the first time ever. So I went over everything. He said, yes, that's a sinus infection. Your swollen gland is because of the white blood cells, this, that, and the other thing. He gave me a prescription, and you know what? An hour later, I'm down CVS picking up my prescription for.
Wow, nice. Okay.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
He said, no, that's not COVID. That's that you have a sinus infection. So, I just got done taking that the other day. Started feeling better with that over 2 days, but I never had a sore throat, never had no fever, no sore throat, none of those other symptoms, which is why I was like, what is this? So who knows? Maybe that was, maybe it was COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he said that, it definitely sounds like a sinus infection. And it was just like over here when I breathe, it's just like that completely raw.
Yeah.
And it, exactly like a sinus infection. So
I was just going to ask something and I can't remember. No, I'll come back to it. That's one of Sophia's symptoms.
Okay. So why don't we move on? So my friends, if you have COVID in the house, it is, I'm not going to say it's definite that you're going to catch it because we didn't. So those are some suggestions. If you can keep the air circulator going on, which we can on our house because we have a furnace, we can keep the fan running. Good filter in it. Crack the windows. Keep the bathroom fans running to draw the air out. And Keith, if we didn't have a fireplace, I could open the we have a whole house fan up there in the attic. Right. I could run that thing.
That would bring some fresh air in at this time of year, wouldn't it?
I haven't run that in years, but with the chimney flew open, it would, it'd start pulling stuff back through the chimney, and I certainly don't want that. So I thought
don't do that while you're burning, having a fire.
Yeah, let's just use the bathroom fan.
Yeah.
So, okay, folks, let's move on to another good feel story here that I saw on the news. I actually saw this online, and many of you, I'm sure, have seen this, but let me go to my screen share if I can remember how to do this, Keith. It has been so long. Share screen. Yes, we'll do that one. Share. Okay, so you may have seen the story, folks, of a hockey. Can you see this, Keith?
Oh, yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So back in October, this young lady right here was at a hockey game. This gentleman here is a manager, an equipment manager for the Vancouver Canucks. And this young lady noticed from where she was sitting that on the back of this gentleman's head, or on the back of his neck, was a mole that was, oddly shaped. It was reddish in color and so forth. So she's, back and forth with her parents. She said, oh my gosh, should I tell him about this? What should I do? What should I do? So she finally got his attention. He was kind of trying to ignore because, fans do what fans do at hockey.
And just from here, I can tell he's, he gets a lot of attention from women anyway. So.
Exactly. Well, the odd part is that this she's on the opposing teams. This is the new what's it called? It's a Washington team, brand new this year. So they're like opposing teams, right? So I guess he assumed that she was just kind of heckling him.
Exactly. Because, right.
He was on the other team.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's see if I can find this. This is the text. I don't know if you can see that, Keith.
Yeah.
So she typed this up and said, the mole on the back of your neck is possibly cancerous. Please go see a doctor. So that's what she held up to the glass at the game. I think it was after the game, so that there weren't too many people around to get the attention and so forth. So long story, he went home, had his wife check it out, and then the team doctor looked at it, and I believe the team doctor is the one that removed it and said, yes, this is, they discovered it was cancerous. And that if you had left it, left unattended, the doctor said, probably in 3 or 4 years, you would not be here anymore. So it was definitely, one of those feel-good situations. So they actually met. When the two teams played again, they met. They, took some pictures, and both teams put together a, let's see, she's going to medical school, so I can't see where it is. But anyway, both teams there it is right there. They gave her a $10,000 scholarship towards medical school.
Wow, that's great.
So, I thought, man, that's, it's one of those things, like, if that was me, I don't think I would have done that myself.
Well, I kind of, and I didn't even know this was happening, but I've been going out to bars lately, and I get a marker, and I put a big dollop on the back of my neck, and it's been single for a long time, and I'm thinking, throw enough paint on the wall, right?
And you're hoping a cute young lady like that young girl comes up and says,
right, an intelligent, beautiful, stylish, because she's got the stupid hat thing going on, boom. I'm in like Flint. So anyway, this janitor comes out of the kitchen and says, I'm sorry, man, it looks like somebody shot you in the back of the head. You might want to go to the doctors. Do we have a...
Sorry, hold on. My speaker. There we go.
Does remind me. There was a Seinfeld episode. It was long and it had something to do with the guy who was changing pictures of his boss and all that kind of stuff. But there was that is kind of funny that something like that would happen and actually
in actual time. So I getting back to my question, would you have said anything? I probably would not have said anything. And then for the rest of the night, probably the rest of the day, I would have been like, man, why didn't I say something? You know?
Well, she obviously is going to medical school. She had an idea. I would have said something.
Yes.
And on top of that, it's another attractiveness about this young lady. That game was so good that she was falling asleep looking at the back of this guy's head. So, not everybody's into sports. I got to tell you.
That is funny. Turns out she has season tickets back there, so every time that guy comes back, she'll be able to check up on him.
Yeah. My God, you're
all right.
brother. I got to take it off. All right.
Very good. So
that was very sweet. Now, is that a professional team, Joel?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
NHL, is it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This brand, I cannot remember the name of the team, but anyway, they're up in Washington. They're a Seattle team, and they were playing Vancouver.
Okay.
Vancouver Canucks.
Wow.
But this is her first year. Actually, that was her very first home game that she spotted that. So I wanted to just remind or tell everybody the reason why we were actually remote today. You probably could have figured that out with the fact that we had a COVID case in our house. I thought maybe this might be a better setup for today. So hopefully going forward, we'll be back in the old Somerset studios, but
and the numbers are going up. I got to tell you. So
so maybe we'll
whatever it's called.
We'll see whatever our comfort level is. We'll just hang out like this for another couple weeks or something, and go on from there. Okay, one more thing, Keith, before we get to our jokes and trivia and all that stuff.
Okay.
Guess what starts today?
Well, countdown to Brother Joel's birthday.
That's true. When is that birthday?
It is tomorrow, I believe.
Today is the 15th. That means tomorrow is my birthday.
Yeah. And what is today? Talking about birthdays. What is today?
Well,
without this young man, you too would not be where they are today. Martin Luther King's birthday today.
I was just going to say that. Martin Luther King. Yeah, today.
I'm sorry. So I cut you off. So what is today leading to?
Today. Okay. It's just such an important day because the NFL playoffs start today. Yeah. And if somebody can tell us when the Eagles play this weekend, it'd be fantastic. I think it's tomorrow at 1:00. Can somebody confirm that it is actually tomorrow at 1?
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Keith, I'm going to put up the bracket here.
Oh, okay.
And then go over what we think are. I'm going to ask you who you think's going to win, and let's see if
the Super Bowl or tomorrow's game.
Today's games, today and tomorrow.
Okay.
So this is the whole bracket leading up to the.
Bracket.
All right, so let's get back to our screen share here, and let's have our audience chime in as well. All right, Keith, can you see this here at this point?
Sunday at 1, Linda says. Yes, I can see that. Yes. Well.
Okay, good. All right, so Eagles play Sunday at 1. Good to know. I was thinking that was true. Wasn't quite sure. All right, so over here in the AFC, we have Kansas City and Pittsburgh. We have Buffalo, New England, and we have Cincinnati and Las Vegas Raiders. I'm still getting used to that one, right? Over here, we have, of course, the Tampa Bay with Philadelphia, Dallas and San Francisco, and Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, notice that the Colts are not in here. The Colts with the Carson Wentz quarterback. Okay, Keith, let's start over here. Kansas City and Pittsburgh. What's your thought there?
Kansas City and Pittsburgh. I'm going to go with KC's probably going to do it.
KC? All right. That's exactly who I have. Good for you. All right. How about Buffalo and New England? Now, New England, man, it's like one of those. Buffalo is better seated. They were in the playoffs last year, but New England, they have Belichick. That one's a tough one for me. What do you think?
Buffalo, only because I don't know anything, and I know that what's his name's not with New England anymore.
Very good. I picked Buffalo myself. All right. Cincinnati and Las Vegas. This one's a real toss-up.
Also, yes, this is getting tougher. I had an interview for a possible promotion at my job, and I actually know less about these questions than I did that my boss was asking me the other day. So, there is something to be said about skating through life. It's easy.
Absolutely.
But, every once in a while you get caught. Well, I'm going to say Cincinnati only because Las Vegas, didn't they used to be LA Raiders?
Los Angeles Raiders. They used to be the Oakland Raiders.
Oakland, right? Yes.
Oakland,
okay. I don't like the fact when a team moves, I don't understand why they have the same name. So
they do move around a lot. I have to say, this team. All right, so you're saying Cincinnati?
I'm going to say Cincinnati.
Okay, I'm going to go with Las Vegas. I think only because they have the experienced quarterback. So we'll see. Okay. We'll see. All right, let's go over to Dallas and San Francisco. What do you think?
Dallas is San Fran. Well, everybody loves Dallas, so I'm going to go with San Francisco just because I'm going to be an outcast.
So am I. Yeah, I think Dallas is kind of teetering on the downward slope. They won big last week against the Eagles' backup squad, but
I was saying that sarcastically, Joel. That everybody loves. Wasn't that a show? Everybody Loves Dallas. Remember, it starred Ray Romano as the quarterback.
No, wasn't that Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yeah, and he was a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, right?
I don't know.
Come on.
All right, next one. Next one.
Right.
Some of these questions that are way beyond my skill set. Los Angeles Rams and Arizona Cardinals. Who do you think?
I'm going to go with the Rams again because Arizona, didn't they used to be in Baltimore?
Arizona Cardinals, they used to be St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh, St. Louis. Okay.
Now, Los Angeles Rams, are they still Los Angeles Rams? Right. Los Angeles went to St. Louis, and then they went back to Los Angeles. Anyway, so I am going to say the Rams as well. All right. Last one, Keith, and the biggest one of all.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay and Philadelphia.
Well, I hate the guy as much as I'm jealous that he's married to somebody that attractive. He's kind of pretty too in a you hate him kind of way, but they're probably gonna win.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Philly's got a lot, and what's his name? The new quarterback does a lot of cool stuff, but
yeah, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
I'll agree.
But I think probably they're not going to win.
Okay, so you're calling Tampa Bay on this one.
Yeah.
All right. What did I call here? I am calling Philly. Yeah.
Right.
Eagles. Yeah. Oh, I think they're due for an upset. I guess maybe another upset against the great Tom Brady. So, yep, there you have it, folks. There are our picks for actually, these are actually my picks, Keith. And I disagreed on the Cincinnati and Tampa Bay. So we'll see who comes out.
All right, you gonna keep this, Joel, for next week?
Oh yeah, we'll keep it for next week, and then we'll see where we are.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, if you want to go to the Tampa Bay game in Tampa Bay, there are still some tickets available as of yesterday, anyway. And these are some of the prices that you would pay. If you want to pay $363, or if you want to pay $500, you'll be almost right there at the 50-yard line.
Do I see $8,300? Is that what that?
Where do you see the 8,300?
Well, all the way down by the end zone on the right hand side. Or is that $83? No, it's no. There's that's the money thing. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, 300 and 275. I could barely see the money sign on those, and I thought
there's a dollar sign.
Yeah, the money sign, dollar sign. I almost call it an ampersand. It's like, oh my God.
So those are our picks. All right, who do we got? What's everybody else thinking here? So we have. All right, let's start with here. Okay, so at 1 o'clock. Let's see. Laura Lee, good to see you. You're saying go Steelers. Go Steelers. Right. Did I say that? The Steelers. Oh, right. Yeah, I think I called Kansas City on that one. Sorry, I wasn't thinking about that one. All right, Kansas City. Before Brad has to start plowing. Bills. Cincinnati. Oh, you're going Cincinnati too, Dan. All right. San Francisco. Yeah, I'll call San Francisco there too. Arizona. Tampa's just too good. Yeah, I know, but who cares? All right, folks, if you're getting anything out of this show, love the love button, smack the like button, and give a share. That would be so awesome if you gave a share or at least press something. Say, get off the air.
Tell your friends that usually watch the show that we're back on.
Instead of going 4 weeks between shows, you should go 4 years between shows.
We're not going to do it. Hey, I did hear something about the game tomorrow, that it's supposedly supposed to rain in Tampa Bay, and that would be good for us. Tell me about that, Joel.
I don't think there's anything weather-wise that should be good for us or bad for us compared to them.
Yeah, okay. I didn't understand. I mean, Florida gets a lot of rain.
They get a lot of rain.
Yeah, I didn't understand why.
And then, it's going to be windy and all that stuff. Brady played up in New England for 20 years. I mean, he's not used to bad weather at this point.
Right.
So I don't think the weather is
grabbing at straws then. Okay.
Yeah. People are trying to say, you know what?
Hey,
let's hang on something here. All right. Keith, shall we do some trivia? We have 4 trivia. Yeah. We have some good jokes. Do we have any this day in history going on?
No. I was looking at a couple. Instead of brushing my teeth, and all I could come up with is Jim Morrison was arrested, but it says 12/9/1967. Well, that's not January, and all these, it says this day, but none of them are actually this day. So we'll wait till next week.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that was easy. Let's do some trivia, folks.
Oh, let me Ronnie Spector from Ronnie and the Ronettes passed away this week.
Oh,
be my baby. Ronnie Spector. She was big, and I looked her up the other day. She was married to Phil Spector, who was an absolute psychopath. I think he's dead. I'm serious. He's an actual psychopath. He killed somebody, or I don't know what his deal was. But anyway, he invented the wall of sound. He was the guy that made overdubbing thing. That was Phil Spector's wall of sound. But anyway, back in the day, the Ronettes or whatever, that stuff was 1963, 64. I was like a year old. I was just born when that stuff came out.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? And she was, I think she wasn't 76. So she was a kid when she did all that stuff. All that stuff before, civil rights and all that. I mean, those people were groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Early 60s.
Oh, I agree. Whenever I see those, whenever I see those older videos,
got here, this is rock and roll before the Brits took it over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my this week in history. So.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
You're glitching there a little bit, Keith. Yeah, but you're back on, I think.
Like that.
No, we could hear you fine, but your video is glitching a little bit.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know how to do that.
It still is glitching a little bit, but we still hear you. Let's take a couple look at our comments, and then we'll move on to our trivia. So stick around for trivia, folks.
Yes.
Let's start here first. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. Yep, tomorrow, big day for me. All right. Thank you, Steve. But I think, where did the other one go? Yeah, I agree. This one here. Yeah, so happy that you're on today. Yeah, AJ. All right, let's move down here. True Legend. Yeah, and Steve, so happy.
Good.
So happy you found the like button and love button. All right, so let's go on to our trivia. A lot of good comments today, guys. Thanks for jumping in and being part of the show. We appreciate it.
Well, and you gotta thank our guests today, because normally, our audience, normally they're asleep by now. So
I know they're hanging in there. They're hanging up. They must have a real strong latte.
Yes.
It's shots.
Or Pike Creek, is that what it's Pike Place?
Pike's. Pike Place. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good coffee.
Okay, So let's do our trivia. We do have trivia, folks. So let me get to my screen share.
Okay.
And then we'll do our jokes, and then we'll get back to you. Okay, so number one. Can you read that, Keith?
Oh, my Lord. I forgot the whole setup of the concept of the show, Joel. I have to be, even in, the very least, I have to be involved at some point. Okay, let's do it. The Bonfire of the Vanities is a 1987 satirical novel by which American author and journalist? Bonfire of the Vanities.
Okay, so that's number one, folks. If you have your answer, go ahead and type in number one in your answer. Number two.
Sappho was an archaic Greek poet from which Greek island?
Okay.
Sappho. I think none of my Greek friends are on this morning. I don't know what they're doing, but I think I pronounced that right. Sappho. All right. Handsome Dan is a bulldog who serves as a mascot to which university's sports teams?
Handsome Dan, huh?
Handsome Dan. Well, we have a Handsome Dan in the family, don't we? But I don't think he's a mascot.
That's true. That is true. All right,
also
number four, folks.
Number four. Cats in the Cradle. Oh, it's a 1974 folk song by which American singer-songwriter?
I figured this would be right up your alley, Keith.
And the Silver Spoon, something, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
All right, so number one, The Bonfire of Vanities is a 1987 satirical novel by which American author and journalist? Number two, Sappho was an archaic Greek poet from which Greek island? Number three, Handsome Dan is a bulldog who serves as the mascot of which university's sports teams? Number four, Cats in the Cradle is a 1974 folk rock song by which American singer-songwriter? All right, folks, so go ahead and type in your responses to all of them, and we will get back to them in just a few minutes because right now, Keith, we're going to go to some really awesome jokes.
All right.
Okay, so put down your coffee. Do not take a sip of your coffee.
Anything. Let me get a drink of
Yeah, you don't want to be spitting anything out as I read these jokes off to you here. Okay, again, these come from our good friend Kathy Petrella, who gave me a nice packet of jokes to read. So here we go. Number one, why did the tortilla chip start dancing?
What the hell did I just do? Hold on a second. One of these side things just came up on my. How do you get rid of? Oh, there you go. Okay. Do that again, Joel. I apologize, Mike.
And Keith, I do need to remind you, this is a family show, so please watch your use of, vulgar language, et cetera, et cetera.
Did I just say something vulgar?
Well, would you like for me to play it back for you? I can.
No.
Okay.
No. I.
All right, here we go. Why did the tortilla chip start dancing?
Because he was in salsa or something?
Because they put on the salsa.
Oh! Okay.
All right, Number two. What genre of music is the national anthem?
Salsa?
Country music.
Really? Wow.
Country for our country.
Oh, now we're back to, I'm sorry.
You're taking us too seriously.
No, I thought this was trivia.
All right. Okay, so we're spiraling out of control. We better finish up here before
we lose our entire audience.
So let's fall asleep. All right, number three. What's a golfer's favorite type of music?
What?
Swing.
No, okay.
Last one. How do you make a bandstand?
How?
Take away their chairs. They're pretty good. Again, all our jokes you can tell at the dinner table. And Mom and Dad will be real happy with you. Keith, let's get back to our trivia so we can get out of here.
All right. Yes, let's do that.
You ready to go?
Let me just say hi to Barbara. For some reason, she's on my phone, but she's not on the. Why is that, Joel?
Steve got that one. All right. Good for you, man.
Why am I just?
Oh, there by yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, because I hit a wrong button.
Oh, okay. Did you hear what I said?
Well, you're going to say hi to Barbara. I see some.
She's not on. She's not on on the screen here, but she's on my phone version of the show. So
really, I see her responses here. I see some responses.
Oh, okay. Now way up there.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. It must have just.
You got a bunch of them, didn't you?
Yeah, there's a delay or something like that.
Nice.
Anyway, okay.
As per normal. All right, let's get back to our trivia here, folks. Where are we here? And what was number one? Number one was back here, right?
One more.
Yeah, the Bonfire.
Bonfire of the Vanities.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. So
the Bonfire of the Vanities is a 1987 satirical novel by which American author and journalist? And I don't see
any answers for that one.
I see Arizona. I'm not sure whether that's
yeah, I'm going to say maybe that's I don't think so. Okay, here we go. Answer is Tom Wolfe. Huh. That's interesting.
Now, didn't he later become isn't he in his second term of governorship in Pennsylvania?
Yeah. I was thinking that same thing. How about I didn't realize he was so accomplished.
Yeah, okay.
And he also has his name written on the sides of big semi trucks that drive by.
And very high-end commercial grade cooking apparatus.
Yeah. Very quite a range of talent.
Yeah, he's
okay.
Yes, yeah.
Sappho, go ahead, Keith.
Okay, Sappho is a archaic Greek poet from which Greek island?
All right, do you have anything for that? All right, let's go with.
Ouch! I that doesn't sound like a Greek island. Okay, ouch. Do we have any? Lesbos. Okay.
Yeah, you've mentioned that one before, right?
Yes. That is yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Handsome Dan, go ahead.
Okay. Handsome Dan is a bulldog who serves as the mascot of which university's sports teams? And there goes my phone. I have no idea, Joel. Do you?
I have no idea either. No.
Wait a minute. Georgia? AJ says Georgia. I think that's what he was going. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have Yale University. Yeah. All right. One more.
Okay. Cats in the Cradle is a 1974 folk rock song by which American singer-songwriter? Now, I've got to tell you, I love the song, but just like the one that they sing about Buddy Holly, which is twice as long, I get halfway through this song and I think to myself, this is 6 minutes. I am never going to get back. I'm just
6 minutes
of my life.
How many times a year, and then how many times over your lifetime have you heard this song? Right?
Quite a bit, actually. Quite a bit. This is, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to draw a blank now.
I know. I'm drawing a blank too. Let's see if I'm.
I wasn't when it came up. Now I'm drawing a blank. Oh my God. Harry Chapin.
Let's find out. There you go.
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy, something in the. I don't know what this guy died of, but I think it was aggravation. All of his songs were he was aggravated.
Right.
You know? And there's some point, I come to see your football game. Hey, you want to stop out and have? I'm going to go hang out with my buddies. All right, can I have $5, Dad? Yeah, go ahead, play. I'm going to put you through college. I'm going to come see you. Commencement service. Hey, bud. Congratulations. Hey, Dad, you got $20? I'm going to go have a beer with my friend. At what point do you tell your offspring yourself? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but when you find out, let me know.
You've got to say, look, I've given you all this stuff, and you can't even spend 5 seconds with me. I'm on death's bed. You come in with a stupid cat that's dying too in some kind of a cradle thing. How the hell is that supposed to cheer me up?
Keep going, Keith. Tell us everything.
That's all I've got. It's 1974, I've been listening to this song, you know? Don't even get me started on American Pie. What's American Pie? You know, the song comes out, songs comes out 16, it's probably 36 years before the movie. Whoever writes a song, a theme song for a movie, way before the movie
way before it comes out. I don't know. Maybe they were thinking ahead. Maybe they had vision.
Thanks, AJ. Appreciate it. See, somebody thinks I'm funny. All right, what's going on, Joel? Hey,
I think that's it. We've expired.
Of time you're not going to get back. We wasted a whole hour of our friends' time here this morning, an entire hour.
I honestly don't know how we do it. It's almost an hour we've been on here, and again, I'm coming on here thinking, boy, we're going to have a short show today because there's not too much to talk about, and here we are. It's right up against 10 o'clock. You probably have customers knocking at your door, calling your shop.
That was just, and I do expect somebody in momentarily because I'm only here for a little bit today, picking up a lot of stuff. And it's, you know, the world waits for no show. They were hoping we'd have a no show.
All right, folks.
Yeah, we got to get out of
here.
We're
going to be done. So thank you for being on today. We'll see about next week. Hopefully we'll have a show next week, whether we're together in person or we're remote as we are. Although I might need to go up to the Mountain House again next Saturday. So we'll see. That's kind of been one of the it's kind of hard to do a show.
We were going to talk about that. Well, let's cover that next week, Joel. Put a note down.
Yeah.
At a renter, correct? So we'll talk about that next week.
So,
see how
all right.
And Joel, it was great. It was great doing the show again. Let's do this a little bit more often. I miss getting
we should
Saturday mornings, and we'll see you all again soon. All right, and remember, folks, you deserve a thought of your own.
So be in touch to learn, laugh, and live. Smack and Jack Live. We'll see you guys on our next show. Thanks for joining us today.
Have a great week. Thanks for stopping
by. All right, bye-bye. Go Eagles!
Jack up your knees, smack, check